Hello viewers, today we will see the single phase inverter, but the gate pulses are applied as sinusoidal PWM. In previous video we have seen using a pulse generator, but there was a single pulse generated in the inverter output. Here the inverter output, to reduce the harmonics, PWM or this sinusoidal PWM technique is used. Now how it is done? A sine wave is compared with the carrier wave, which is a triangular wave, and whenever the sine wave is having a output greater than the triangular wave, a pulse is generated, and these pulses are applied as an input to the gate of the MOSFETs. So for positive half cycle as well as for negative half cycle, and then that is how the inverter is used. Now here this inverter which we have constructed in the previous video, the same is used, only I have created a subsystem. So I will open it. So there are 4 MOSFETs, and these are 4 gate terminals are taken outside along with DC voltage and the load terminals. So we will apply here first the gate input voltage and the input voltage, load. We will consider again only the resistive load right now, and the now we have to generate this using a sine wave and a triangular wave. So in the specialized power system block only, in control and measurement, there is pulse and signal generator, there is a sawtooth generator. So I have included that sawtooth generator. Then I will include a sine wave generator also here. Again in Simulink sources there is one sine wave generator. So sine wave, and we have to compare it. Whenever sine wave is having a magnitude greater than the triangular wave, it should generate a pulse. So we will include a relational operator. So logic and bit operations, and I will include a relational operator here. So this sine wave as given as here, sawtooth wave is second input of this. Double click on this, I will select greater than sign. Sine wave, now magnitude let it be 1. Frequency will change to, in radian it is asked, so we will write down 2 into pi into 50 Hertz. Phase at 0 only. Triangular is having 1E3, phase I will keep it 0, not 180 degree. Okay. So now this is applied to, now G1, G2, G3, G4, the labels are given. Now this is G1 and this is G2. We know as per the inverter that these 2 devices must be turned on at a time, and this 2 should be in the negative half cycle. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is how the labels are given. So 1 and 2 must be given same supply. Now for 3 and 4, this DC voltage we will apply between V plus and V minus. Load we will keep it as resistive. I will keep it value as 10. We will rotate it and connect it across the load terminals. Voltage we will keep it as again 10. Measurement block is required because you want to observe that output on a CRO. So first I will take a CRO, oscilloscope in sync, and also the measurement, voltage measurement block from the specialized power system. So here this is voltage measurement block, and we will measure the voltage across the resistance. minute. And this is to CRO. Now we have to again apply pulses to G3 and G4. What we will do is, instead of applying this with NOT gate, we will not get like this then inverter output. We will use same, only now we will change it a little bit, and I will change its phase only to, in radian again, to pi. Pi means what? We have shifted it by 180 degree. Again same. So we are comparing it with the shifted. Initially the first one is without shifting and second one is with shifting, and then G3 and G4 are with the same pulses, as G3 is this and G4 is this. This is G3 and this is G4, and this is 1 and 2. So number you have to keep it in mind, because but this numbering is standard way of numbering it. Okay, and then one more block is remaining, which is power GUI block. Don't forget to add that power GUI block always. It is available in fundamental blocks, so continuous. And then this I will change over to 0.1, and we will start the simulation. Now let us observe this on a CRO. You can see here that this is your inverter output. If you want, we can just magnify the specific region only. See, this is the inverter output. You can see here that sinusoidally varying input is compared with rectangular value, and the pulses are generated. These pulses are also, their width is depending on that sinusoidal sequence, positive half cycle, negative half cycle. Magnitude of this is 10 because we are applying 10 volt supply, and the resistance was also 10 ohm. So therefore output was 10 volt, and here we get a sinusoidally PWM based inverter. This is what is PWM based inverter. Sinusoidally varying PWM pulses we have generated, and accordingly we have applied it to the inverter, and we get the pulses like this. So this is how sinusoidal PWM works. There are n number of methods for that, but this will just give you idea how to start with that, and then you can then explore it on your own also, depending on the requirement. Thank you very much.